like, because you realize like you're the one who creates everything that you're doing, so all of your energy, whatever you think it is, it is.
No, I believe that's so true. I've been doing a lot of meditation and like breath work and trying to make sure like I'm aligned with myself, that my true self, or like my spirit is trying to do for the end goal, I would say.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. I'm always, every night before I go to sleep, I check in with myself, and I teach people about that. It's like, ask yourself, what if I was your daughter, would I have been happy today? If I was your spouse, would I
Mhm.
have been happy today? Would I have been happy to be your mother, your father? Um,
Yeah.
that way you kind of just get an opportunity to kind of check in with yourself, you
Mm.
know, and hold yourself accountable, because a lot
Uh,
of times we hold, or we want to hold other people accountable, but we fail to hold ourselves to that same level of accountability.
no, I like that.
When you think about it that way, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror in the morning. I always teach mirror work. Mirror work is like so healing because you're actually looking at yourself in the mirror and saying thank you, like
Yeah.
thank you as you look yourself in the eyes. It sounds really strange. And in the beginning, it looks strange to most people because we're not taught to truly love ourselves. But
No,
when
that's
you
not true.
think about it like that and you look at yourself in the mirror, face to face, and you're like, thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for caring for me. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for taking care of me when I don't take care of me.
No, I love that. No, I truly do. Like I'm big on when I was playing football, I was like doing a lot of hypnosis and stuff prior to the games and stuff. So I was like trying to like make sure I'm my highest version of myself to allow myself to make these plays, like get in the flow state. But like you can't be angry getting in the flow state. You know what I mean? You have to be like in a high vibration. So that's what I was like there. But like I've been trying to apply that to the business world now. And then like with you like reinforcing that, you know what I mean? Like putting that out there again and like saying it's making me like, yeah, I did that in this. Like why am I not doing this and this? You know?
And sometimes what happens is we get so bogged down with life. You know what I mean? It's like we learn these phenomenal things and then we kind of get stuck in something else and we forget about them. And so it's like learning how to reprogram your subconscious mind is so, so, so powerful because through your cognitive abilities is wherein lies your ability to reprogram yourself. Your subconscious is 95% of everything you do, and it's already programmed. So
Yeah,
it's like learning how to take your conscious and reprogram it is super key.
that's so true.
And a lot of times people don't even talk about that. That's why I am like a big, huge advocate of Jim Quick. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I've been more on Bob Proctor. Bob
Okay,
Proctor.
Bob Proctor's good too with The Secret.
But what would you say, Jim?
Quick, Kwik. He's really good, especially because you played football, and he works with people who have had brain injuries and things like that. And he teaches you how to exercise your brain, how to feed your brain, how to speed read. And he teaches you how to do these things on a level that I've never even experienced before I ran across his work. And I'm telling you, like most people talk at 40 words a minute whereas a computer reads 400. And as you learn to speed read, it is the most amazing thing. And think about this, when you're going down the road, which one do you think you're focusing more at, 20 miles an hour or at 100 miles an hour? Which one would you think you're focusing more on?
Hey, Joanne.
Hey there.
Hey,
We
I'm
don't
sorry.
see you, but you're on there. So, I mean, we at least hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to every time I try to hit the start cam,
Can you hear
it
me?
might be because I use
You hear me?
Zoom and Google Meets and all that, and they have conflict with each other. So, but I
I
thought
can hear
I
you.
closed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Can you hear
But
me? Okay.
can you hear Lavelle?
Hey, Lavelle, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, his device said it's not connected now. He'll
Okay.
come back on in a second. But in the meantime, so which one would you think? 100 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour? Which one do you think you're going to pay more attention?
I couldn't hear the story. That's why I was
Oh,
trying to tell
okay.
you. It got cut out.
Okay. So my question to you was, which one do you think that you're gonna pay more attention to the road, going 100 miles an hour or going 20 miles an hour?
I would feel like 100 miles per hour, but I
Yeah,
feel
you're
like
right. Go with your instincts. So it's right. And the reason I was giving you that as just as an example is because when I learned about the speed reading, it blew my mind because I thought, yeah, right, speed reading, you're never going to be able to understand it. And when I took his courses and I realized, like, oh my gosh, I read at a level I've never read before and I understand better than I've ever understood anything before. And it was because when you're driving down the road at 100 miles an hour, you're focused on the road, you know. And so when you're speed reading, you're focusing, it teaches you how to pick up in words, you know, certain words, and the other stuff you don't even you don't use the sub vocalization.
uh,
Lavelle,
no,
can you hear us or no?
it's it. Say that again.
I was asking him, could he hear, because it says he's here, but I don't see him. No, what were you saying?
No, I like that concept because I've been reading a lot and I want to pick up more books, but I'm about to lead into the next one. I'm gonna phase into like trying to learn pick up Spanish. Like I've been really wanting to pick up another language, and I've been pretty good at it, like using little apps and stuff. But like I'm gonna get like a tutor for like a month.
Instead of a tutor, try this first. Go in and decide what platform you want to use, whether whichever platform, or if you want to get books. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, audio. And then every night for 30 days, set it when you go to sleep and have the audio version. You can go to the library and get a library card, and then you can get the audio book while you and play it while you're sleeping for 30 nights. Play that while you're sleeping, because your brain doesn't stop. Your brain doesn't go to sleep, right? Your heart still beats, you know your heart's still going, your lungs are still moving, your cells are still completely operating. So people are just not taught their ability of your brain. And so listen to it for 30 days while you're sleeping, and it'll be the same as a tutor.
Okay.
I don't know what happened with Lavelle. I can't hear him or see him.
Can you tell me a little more about
Oh
Lavelle?
yeah. So while I'm waiting, while we're seeing, while he's working on his stuff. So he has a major system. I'm not gonna do as good as him, but
Uh,
you'll get at least a little bit of an idea until he comes back on. Okay. So what he does is, you know, how have you seen other people that were able to take their social media, their followers, and start making money no matter what it is that they're doing with their clients, whether
yeah.
they have. Okay, so that's exactly what he's done for a lot of people, and now he's doing it for me.
He's saying, can you hear him?
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
No.
Oh, there it is. I didn't even. Okay, yeah, I need to check the private chat. I can't. I didn't even see that. Thank you for seeing that. Um, So, whenever I was talking to him about you, right? Because I always, for with him, I'm going over all my different clients that I've interviewed and talked to see, how we can be able to help each individual one. Um, okay. So that'll work. Okay. And so when him and I were talking, I was like, oh my gosh, this would totally work for you too, because you have the software, you know? And
Yeah.
so this goes into being able to build up your social media platforms and then develop a sales funnel through your social media platform that you already push everybody through it. And so it was like I was like, "Oh my gosh, let's talk to him about this as well, and get his thoughts on it, because maybe you do want to do it for this
Using
for
that.
software,
Yeah.
or maybe you have other things, you know what I mean? Maybe you want to do it for the software and maybe you have affiliate marketing, you
Hmm.
know, because any kind of marketing, like affiliate marketing, really works well with this as well. It's anything, because all you're doing is finding whatever niche you're going to be in, right? And then you're taking and being and attracting, having the AI gather the clients that are actively looking for whatever it is that you're promoting, selling, what, and then they put them in front on your page. So then they're all ready to buy. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I definitely agree with that. I like that a lot. It's just can he hear us?
No, he's coming on. He can't hear us because I have to add him to the stage first before he can hear us. And he logged out to log back in.
No worries. But no, that sounds like exactly what we needed. I am in a situation where we would just have to talk about the objective of funding them in to do what? Like to
Yeah.
help
Well, that's
fund
the
the
whole point of it.
Kickstarter,
See
help
what you need. Let me see if I can add him.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
yeah. Hey, how you
All
doing?
right, I'm sorry. I know it's what it is, and I thought I closed it, but I think it's I have Google Drive open because I wanted to share something with you. So I think that's what's messing up with the video. So I apologize about that.
No
But
worries.
how do I pronounce your name?
Bejor.
Bejor. Love it. Um, so real quick, Bejor, let me just I need to ask some questions about your business before, just so I can get a little background, and then I'll tell you about what we do, and then we can talk about how we can help you. Um, what kind of tell me your background.
All right. So my background is in football. Actually, I played football, Division One. Made it. Played at Liberty College, and then I
Love it.
and then I went to the NFL. Played at Arizona Cardinals, and then I played in CFL. And then so my background's in sports, but I end up getting into the app world after met a guy when I was living in Virginia, and he was intrigued. I was intrigued by it about being able to solve problems in that digital world, and so the route that I got into was about the beauty services. My grandmother did hair for a long time, over 30 years, so I always wanted to like help her, do something for her in the back burner of my mind. And so when COVID shut down, I actually used the money I made to the NFL to create this app that would be allowing beauticians and beauty professionals to be able to go service them at the location, at the user's location. So it would be basically like a on-demand service
Okay.
when it comes to the beauty worlds: nails, barbers, lash techs, hairstylists, anything. And then I eventually wanted to add products as well, but it eventually came to a halt because the developer, it came out very mediocre in my opinion. So I wanted to revamp the app, and then I ended up going to, that's why I went to back to play football. I went to go play in Canada to go revamp the app, and then now, and then I lost communications with the Indian developer, and then now I just moved back to Miami. So I'm just starting
Okay.
a Kickstarter campaign out here and building a community so I can have a way better outcome.
Okay. So have you found another developer to build your app, or
Yeah, I
you
got multiple developers. That's not the issue. It's more of the we was trying to do a Kickstarter campaign to like have a developer, like have enough funding and to see if people would like believe in the app in that way. But that way was way harder because of the marketing side of things is just a whole nother animal that I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a man. Yeah, so that's awesome about your story and about your pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams. Inspired by, you said it was your grandmother or your mom?
Yeah, yeah, I'll say my grandmother. She was just she made sure everybody was good in the family. So,
I love it. I love it. So you just recently, you said you. So how long have you been out of the CFL?
uh, last year was my first year out of the CFL.
Okay, okay,
So
all
this year
right,
is gonna be my second year, I guess.
okay.
Yeah.
Have you any plans to possibly go back, or are you just going to hit the entrepreneurial, start the entrepreneurial journey?
Uh, hell no, no, just playing. But no, I don't. But no, I don't see myself going back. To be honest, I just
Well,
I never liked football. To be honest, ever since high school, it was just so funny that I was blessed enough to see all these beautiful blessings that came with like not doing something you love actually, but
yeah.
I was always into like businesses and like way making money or like trying to help my family in that sort, but like it was able to help my family and inspire them to do things and push themselves and it felt good to like bring them, like unify them and make them everybody come to a game and like because people our family wasn't like that, but that's a
I
little
love it. I love it. What position did you play?
I played cornerback, corner defense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I played football. Actually, I in college I blew out both of my ankles, my left one and then the right one in the second year. And so I went in as a running back and switched to defensive back. And so after our college, I had a tryout with who was that at the time? Oh, the Jets.
Okay.
And I went in. They run you through that physical to make sure before they bring you in and everything.
Yeah.
And back in college, I needed to have surgery on my ankles, but I didn't want to because I was to be honest, I was just afraid of somebody cutting on me. So I was like, no, I'll just try to rehab them and hopefully they'll be good. Man, those doctors, I tell you what, I'm sure you know the deal. Man, they'll find anything and everything, and they sure up because I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine and everything. All right. Well, did you have man, my ankles were so shot. They were like, you might not even make a season. We can't bring you in. So anyway, I did just like you. Started on my entrepreneurial journey, and I've never looked back. Matter of fact, when I launched my first company, I was making just as much as my buddies that had went to the NFL, and maybe even more. Some of them I'd run into them, and they were asking me to borrow money, and I'm like, hey man, you're an NFL player. What do you mean? Yeah. So yeah, but now my youngest son is 15, and yeah, they say he's actually next year he'll be starting varsity as a sophomore at corner, but he was playing safety. But the guy that's ahead of him is like one of the top rated safeties in Louisiana. So
That's what
he,
area you're in currently right now?
huh?
You're in that area right now, Louisiana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And so I coached my son all the way from little league all the way up to last year high school, but that was the first year I didn't coach him because I just wanted to sit him in the stands and cheer him on as a father and be proud of him. And he's doing awesome. They say he's going to be the next top 4 or 5 star recruit out of Louisiana at safety. And so, but they're going to let him. They want to get him on the field, so they're going to actually start him at corner his sophomore year. Then when the other guy graduates, then they'll move him back to safety. So I told him, hey, that's great because you're showing the NFL that that you can play multiple positions, which is also a plus. So,
Send me
um,
some film on him. I would love to help him out in any way I can as
hey
well.
man, I appreciate that, and when I'm gonna get your contact information, and I will, man, because I seriously believe I created a monster because always when I was in love, I told him, man, you got to work hard if this is your dream. It's always been his dream. Matter of fact, Joanne, remember yesterday when you saw that video when he was like when he was like his first year, he's like 6 or 7 years old. And I hadn't even remembered that I was showing Joanne a video of his cousin Deshae Frost is a big time YouTuber, and they had created a video when Malachi was like, maybe he had to be 6 or 7. And then Joanne said, yeah, he said he wants to, when he grows up, he wants, what did he say, a scientist, a pro football player, and something else. And I was like, really? He said that? I said, well, he's deaf. What did he, do
He
you
wants
remember?
to be a football player, a YouTuber, and then a
Oh,
scientist.
oh, that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, he's on his way for football, man. He's a monster. I don't ever have to tell him to get out and work out. He's always like, Dad, man, I'm going to work out. And I'm like, man, he'll be out here in this 100-degree weather and just running around. His mother was Pacific Islander. So, and we're from Seattle, Washington. So we've moved down here to this hot, man. Being a coach out there, I like, man, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but it doesn't bother him one bit. He was just last week, and he was out running hills, these sand hills.
It's funny. I want to,
weather.
There's a couple of things that I want to tell you. Cause I played football and stuff, and I being like helping him out especially playing corner, I could do that. No problem. His mental level will be through the roof capacity. Like that's easy.
That's it.
And then when it comes to like when I mentioned this to Joanne JC, and I have another project right now that was going on that I launched last year, but it didn't go as planned. But I created a machine that will allow you to play catch by yourself. And he's young right now, so but I have like a lot of NFL guys and agents and stuff that helped me with this project. And then I had an NFL actually coach. He actually won the Super Bowl that was helping me with that project. So it's like a lot of connections that I'm building in on that side. And like when it comes to CFL, NFL, so I'm in the right circle when it comes for your son and making sure that he plays corner.
Listen, man, I will. Where I'm gonna find out, get your contact if you don't mind, man. I will fly him to Miami, or we'll go together because I told Joanne. I told JC that I said, man, I've always wanted to, I've been to Florida a few times, but I never just visited Miami. My brother, he's doing a big project in the Bahamas. And so I was like, okay, this summer I'm gonna get down. I remember Joanne, I told you I'm gonna get down to Miami. So yeah, man, I'd love for him to spend some time with you. And then I want to talk to you about something else too on that, because and I'm sorry, let me just touch on it real quick not to
You're good. You're good.
But one of the things I see as a coach, especially from Little League on up, and as you know, and I don't know, you probably know, guys, that a lot of these kids out here they're literally, sports is saving them from a life of getting into drugs, drug dealing, hustling, and just getting into trouble. But what I don't see, and I don't understand why nobody's looked at this and said, okay, we need to create almost exactly like the NFL, where not only are we going to support you like during the season while you're playing, but especially for these kids, like to have.
It's so funny. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I thought of that whole scenario, and
everything happens for a reason.
I have the answer. I promise you, I have the answer. And it's so like right now, because I got to see growing up, I hated football. Like I literally hated.
That's
football.
incredible. I can't believe this.
And it's so, and I didn't have the help. I didn't have the mentors, but I looked and I searched everywhere. I was training 2 hours away from my local city to go meet with better coaches, and I was
my son does the same thing. I pay for him to go. Yeah, no, that's
I did everything, but I that's why I would love to have conversation with your son, because that's just literally a conversation that he just needs to learn in his head. And it's a book called Boy 21. It's a great book that will literally break down that it's all in your head.
It's all mental. Yeah, the game is mental. That's why I tell. Literally, I've played a trick and it's worked, because I understood it when I was playing the first year. I played under Don James at the University of Washington. Mm-hmm. So I remember the first time we go in, first team meeting, he goes, "Hey, you guys are champions. You guys are the best class I've ever recruited." He says, "You guys won't." you guys, not only will you win the Pac-10 championship, these are my expectations for you. He said, not only are you going to win it once, you'll win it twice. And not only that, you guys should be national champions. And literally that 90-91, where we won the national championship, we won the Pac-10 title twice. And I was like, looking at how did this kid, like, how did he know? We hadn't even hiked the ball yet. Like, how did he know? But what he did was he planted that idea and that seed in our heads. And then all he knew, if he planted that seed and then we go out and work hard and they pushed us, everything would happen. It's just exactly how they said. And I literally, everything from when my son was little league, every age group that we progressed, I've said that the very first day I met the kids. I didn't care if they looked like we was going to lose every game. And even if we did lose every game the first year, the second year we was going 5-5 or going to the playoffs. And guess what? The third year we were going to the championship undefeated. We never lost. Every championship season we played, we went undefeated for the season. And I always just planted in their heads, you guys are winners. You guys are champions. That's my expectation for you. You guys, and it didn't matter. Matter of fact, the last team before he went to high school, they were like, all the teams were a butt bigger than them. So I remember the first game, I was like, Coach, man, those guys are giants. And I said, look, man, you guys are champions. I said, they're no different from you. I said, you know what? Remember, you guys are the giant killers. From now on, you guys are the giant. And then we're the giant killers. And then, man, they go out and whoop them boys up. And they just believe, because I knew, like, if they get that idea in their, especially at that age, they just need somebody to believe in them. Say, no, you're it. And but anyway, I can talk with you on football all day. Let's get back to business. But what I was saying is, I do want to connect with you again, because I'm really I've got some connections, and I want to launch a program for young people. Not only, so think about like Snoop Dogg, he actually founded his. If we can get a celebrity rapper or whatever to understand that.
I have something that I would love to propose to you, and then I don't know. I would love to get what you wanted to get from, because I would love for me to get help with you more. But
yeah,
that proposal I have for you, and we could do a great percentage, whatever. Like we'll as long as it's for the kids. Like I don't really care. I'm not able to play football, but like I have a couple like little things that will be able to glue together and be able to like really make a big impact. And then
yes.
And
all right, man. So let's
that with all of our connections, like I literally remember when I told you earlier about when we were talking the other day about football. I have the head guy who he works with all the head high schools in Miami. Like he is the person. I have the whole organization. I can take you straight to him. We can sit down and he works with it's insane what he does.
Well, let's definitely plan to get on. We'll have another call sometime this week on that part of it, because it's funny, because look how we all get put together just out of the blue. Like, you know what I'm saying? And JC always said, she tells me I'm the connector. I'm connect nations, and look at JC what you're doing. So she's at the table, me and you are at the table, and together, I always say this too. I say, one mind is powerful, but three minds are limitless opportunities. So anyway, but okay, so you're in the beauty niche, and you've created an app for on-demand booking. Yes. And it sounds like the issue which a lot of entrepreneurs face this, because I really believe this. If entrepreneurs could go and go through a marketing course, it would make things so much easier. For me, I was lucky enough, the first business I got into involved marketing. I started a lead generation company right after college. I was 21. Me and a couple buddies, we launched this lead generation company, and we were making $10,000 a month, each one of us. at 21 and not never have been corporate, nothing. We hadn't even, I mean, obviously we've gone to college, but we never had corporate jobs. That was our first input. We were bosses. Like we literally started this company but that taught us about marketing and things like that. And so that's carried on for, for me. But so what basically what we do in a nutshell, and I don't know if Joanne has explained this to you, but yeah, we basically we help people, entrepreneurs, sell more stuff online. So in your case, I think the app is focused on booking appointments, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, on demand appointments. But so but you said you're wanting to expand it into products, offering products and services. Now, would these be products that you created, or would be products that the
They're already out there.
barbers?
It'll be like how Amazon is right now.
Exactly. So you want to create a marketplace, which is smart. We always say model what works, right? It's literally when I made my first, money online and 4 or 5 figure, however many it was that month. That's all I did. I modeled somebody's funnel that was successful. I just added me to it. And from then on, I just, things took off for me. But yeah, so a marketplace is a big undertaking. It's very different from like just an e-commerce store but a marketplace is literally where the money's at, because now you're at the top of the food chain. So in that matter of fact, it just so happens that we built a marketplace. If you want to, I don't know, are you on your computer or your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my computer.
Okay, pull up bonanza.com. Bonanza.com.
And you can use your screen to
Oh
open up.
yeah, I could. Well, is are you pulling that up? Because I can pull it up. Hold on, let's go. And then I'll screen share it. That's fine if you're.
It's with a yellow dog.
No, I got it right now. Here, hold on. I'm gonna screen share it. So, present, share
Wait
screen.
1 second. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, Joanne, this is awesome. Like literally, we can.
I'm telling you,
I'm
I
telling you
have
that.
some people in
I don't
Amazon.
know if I was talking to you the other day about like my vision for this. Uh,
Yeah, we were
basically,
talking about it. Remember?
yeah, we
Like
were talking about it. Yeah,
my son, you know?
yeah, yeah. So, um, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. He stepped away, right?
He'll be right
Okay.
back.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me because I can't see. Because
I'll tell you right when he comes.
yeah. But yeah, so this is a.
Hey, I'm back.
See, this is what. Okay. All right. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is what's called a marketplace. It's just like an Amazon, where you have all these categories. I mean, men, women, home, beauty, collectibles, handbags, jewelry, all this stuff. And see, the vendors can log in and they can upload their stuff. So Bonanza is just everything but the ordinary, right? So
Oh,
the guy that's gonna make this, and see, look, we built this for him. My team built this for him. We made it so that he can even, let's say you're selling something on Amazon. Look how easy it is. You can push a button. I'm not gonna do it, but you can import from Amazon. You can import from your eBay. Now Etsy and Shopify, those are all e-commerce sites, right? Or you can even start your own web store on this site. But this site, I'm telling you, it's going to be multiple millions. And I mean, it's got everything. Like, boom, it tells you what's popular on the site right now, what people are viewing. You can just click the button and lip balm treatments. Boom. So again, the categories have, all the different categories. So I wanted to show you this because if that's, if you understand that that's what a marketplace is, this is like a basically a mini Amazon.
No, exactly what Amazon is, but they don't giving out services. That's the whole thing that my app is different from. They
Yeah.
come to you. So
So
like
that's your
that's
so
my
that's your unique
selling.
selling proposition. Yeah, got you with the services. That's beautiful. That's a great idea. So anyway, I just let me go back and stop sharing that. And but that's what, so is that kind of what you're talking about?
No, exactly.
Okay,
We're
okay.
both on the same
And
page.
and then we would just add services to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So but right now with the app, is it already done or is it being
No.
developed?
No, that's what the whole process is right now that I'm running into. I just gotta make an MVP model, and that's just coming up with more funding to create that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now you're
So
trying to raise.
That's why I went the route of creating the Kickstarter campaign to have that be able to build the MVP, but it didn't go as planned because the marketing wasn't as
Yeah.
executed.
And I was gonna say, yeah, because if you can come up with the MVP to, because that's the key to,
I would have had funding. I already had meetings with like 3 investors already, but that just throws everything off. It makes everything. I had like over 100 emails, for the email list in like
Mhm.
in a day. So like it's like a great one. I mean, I had over 18,000 views on Instagram. So it's like I feel like the eyes are there, but it's the turning the eyes to sales,
Mhm.
that
So because and the reason why I'm asking is since the app is not functional yet, and it sounds like you're kind of, so you're trying to raise money and funds to launch it, correct?
yes, basically, yeah.
Okay, so have you looked into grant money?
I've heard I've researched but that is like that's like almost trying to get to the bottom of the rainbow. I feel like.
Okay, so let me tell you this, and Joanne knows about this too. So last year, while we were kind of transitioning or looking and seeing what kind of impact AI was going to have on our industry, some of our funnel clients were like, because we have clients all over the world, but a lot of we work with nonprofits, for profits, and all that. Well, one client in particular, he had came to me. We built his funnel. He's like, "Hey, man, I want to try to get some grant money," and I was like, "Well, you're not." He's a for-profit business. Matter of fact, he's a comedian. He was putting on comedy shows. So he was, funding them. I mean, had to fly the other comics in, rent this thing, and he had to make sure he could get enough ticket sales to keep doing it. So he would do them every now and then. But he was like, hey, if I had funding, I could, do them every week and do these shows and this and that. So to make a long story short, we actually said, oh, let's try this. So we actually utilize AI and a strategy to go after these grants for him. His first year, he got $90,000. Now remember, a grant, you don't got to pay that back. So he got 90 grand in cash. Now this year he's doing shows every week. He's expanding and we're going after the goal is try to get up to a couple 100,000. And so the beautiful thing is the grants pay for him to fly the comics in. It pays for him to rent or lease the facility. It pays for all the equipment. It pays for everything, sound, audio. Not only that, he pays himself as the project manager. So all of his ticket sales is just pure profit. So now he's running his business with no loan, right? It's a grant, and he's a for-profit business. What we did was we positioned it so that we could target grant sources that want to help and launch startups and entrepreneurs. And people don't understand there's a strategy. That's why grant writers can charge $3,000 to $5,000. But the problem is their success rate is only about 30%. And we started to get clients that are coming to us to say, because we had like an 80 to 90% success rate of the grants we applied for, we were winning 80 to 90% of them. And so they're like, wait a minute. And so the word spread. And then like we've got more, especially nonprofits. But I was even surprised because I'm like, wow, I didn't know a for-profit business could get that much. He doesn't have a 501c3 or anything. And now, so we've taken that model and we just duplicate it. So that's something that, we have a proven blueprint that's battle tested. We know it works. The beautiful thing is you can start getting funding within 7 to 14 days. And with AI, there's no limit on how much money you can raise. It's not like a grant writer that like a lot of biggest complaint I was hearing from like especially our nonprofit clients is like, man, I paid this grant writer $3,000 and I didn't get a grant. Now I still need the money. I'm back at square one. And then now they want another $3,000 because they can't guarantee it because nobody can. But when you're utilizing AI and you have the right strategy for AI to follow the instructions, it's really simple. AI doesn't cost anything, right? It's like you can literally, we were 10 grants a day. AI can spit them out. Boom, press the email and they all go out. And so if you win, however many, they're going to say, oh, well, you won that grant over there, so we're not going to give you the money. No, you get a keep, you get all your, as long as you do what you say you're going to do with the, grant money, you'll continue to get funding. So we can talk about what that would look like for you. But I'm just shooting that as an option.
No, I want to partake in that option as well, for sure.
Yeah, because it sounds like you have something that we can definitely position so that you can get funding, because it being a startup and it being an app and so I'm already thinking about all the different ways that we can position it so that it'll be appealing to grant writers. And then, like I said, we have AI does 90% of the work, and all you do is you literally get the award letters and say, hey, what's the name of your company?
Use moi.
Use
moi. Like
M-A
M-U-A-H.
Oh, M-U-A-H or
yes.
M-U-A-H. Okay.
Like a kiss, like mwah.
Okay, gotcha. Moi. All right. So then, you just get award letters in the mail, and I'm not going to pull it up now because we're running short on time. But it just says, you've been awarded, grant X amount of dollars, and then
But how does that work with y'all? Like, is it like I have to pay a fee or something? Like, or is it like I work with y'all and then I get
how we do it? So we don't charge like grant writers because we're not in that business. We just kind of fell into it, but we saw. So there's two ways you can go. We can teach and give you the blueprint and kind of do it with you, and for that it's $400 one time. You can now, as long as you just take it and run with it. But if we are to do it for you, then we charge $1,000, and that's 30 days worth of where we source and secure the grants, get your grants going. The beautiful thing is you can literally so one of the things we did is you can hire a VA, and I'm going to give you this because I want to see you excel, but this is something that we charge charge for. It's an additional upgrade, because so when you get your grants, let's say you got like $10,000, like this, to start. So the first thing you want to do is get an assistant, teach her how to utilize the AI, right, with our blueprint, and then all she does is sit there and apply for grants. And you could pay her, even if it's an hour, it's not gonna spend her, because believe me, AI can spit out these grants so fast. But even if you have somebody, somebody that just wants some extra money for an hour or two a day, you have them apply for the grants. but you can call that can be an expense where that person is being paid for out of the grant money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even coming out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, but so it's $1,000 for 30 days where we do all the setup, get it going, apply for as many grants as in that period of time. But like I said, our system, you know, we get 80 to 90%. We're averaging 80 to 90% approval rate for grants.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely like that. Is there any way with the payment plan or anything that we could work out?
Yep. We can do that. It depends on if you, yeah, either way, whether you want the basically the done with you or the done for you. So the first one is the done with you, where we give you the blueprint. We, walk you through, we help, take you basically step by step. That's
Mm-hmm.
$400, and it's one time. It's not a repeat. So, and then the second way is if we do it for you, we're doing it for 30 days, and that's $1,000. But yes, and the answer is, um, especially on the done for you, we can set up a payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
On the done with you, I don't know. It's kind of difficult because we have to basically
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do
reveal
that.
everything to you. But for the done for you, yes.
Okay, that'll be I'll like that. I'll like that, and I'll like to set up another meeting so we can all talk about the next project as well as this project.
Yeah. So, I mean, are you familiar with a funnel? What a funnel looks like?
As in things come down and go.
Yeah, so that it's exactly what it is. But I'm going to show you real quick. I know we don't have. I mean, we've been on. Let me share my screen with you so you can see. But because at some point you're going to need this. Um,
In
um,
essence, everybody needs a funnel.
yes, if you're selling anything, I'm trying to sell. Oh, that's not the right one I wanted to do. Hold on, that's not the one. Or maybe we do this. I'm gonna be real quick with this.
No, you good.
Okay.
What's your son name again?
Malachi Frost, Frost, and he goes to Captain Shreve High School in Louisiana. It's one of the top.
He got a little highlight tape out right now.
I think yes, he's on. Is it Huddle?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna call him real quick and Malachi. Malachi,
Malachi Frost.
can you come here for a second?
He go to a green and yellow school.
Yeah,
Oh snap!
yeah. So
5'11". He's truly 5'11".
not actually the boy's like over 6 feet now. Unfortunately, like I said, our video won't show, but you guys can't see him, but you can hear him.
Hey, how you
I
doing?
want to introduce you. They can't see you. He's like, oh, because the video's not. But Mal, it's pronounced Bejor.
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 Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was just watching you make a play on in Huddle, but I played football. I played corner. I'm from California. I made it to Division I college. I was a captain. Then I played in the NFL. Had a short cup of coffee with them, and then I had a chance to play in the CFL. And it's just like, bro, all you gotta do, bro, you really gotta know what you want. Like that exact goal that you're looking for, like playing in NFL, like why are you waking up? Like have that thought process be playing over and over in your head of why are you changing your family's life, or being able to have your family see you on TV. But those memories or those thoughts, if you can make those thoughts as real as possible, you're gonna watch them happen, and everybody's gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy. But that's like a little bit I could leave you with right now. But I would love to like connect with you on Instagram and stuff, and be able to be a resource for you, anything you need.
Yeah, he said he's gonna connect with you because he's gonna give you some pointers about elevate just mindset, which is really obviously.
Especially with technique film and everything, watching it, how to watch it, and like what are you looking for, and like how to break down the game. Like, bro, I'm not that big. I was never. I'm 5'11". I never got past like 170, 175 was like the biggest I got played at. But like, I was never big, and I just always I was thought the game and like saw the game before the game happened, and then I was like slowing the game down so much that it was like I was playing with little kids, you know. And then I was the bigger guy out there, but you're actually the big guy out there. So if you slow the game down, you're gonna be a monster, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
No,
All
anytime.
right, man. Yeah, I appreciate it too. Okay, I just wanted, so I will make sure I'll get his information. He's in Miami. I told him I wanted to. We might even go there this summer, and so.
Get some training in.
You'll have to because my boys are coming this summer, so they'll all have to get together.
Awesome. There we go. Okay. He said he's with it. He said he's with it. So we gonna all have the summer vacay slash workout session. So
I
let
already
me.
told my son, I'm like, son, he's Polynesian because everyone loves it when it's their culture. I'm like, he's Polynesian too. He's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna come play.
Yeah, my son is Guamanian and black. So okay. So you guys can you see the screen now?
Let me add him.
uh, yeah, it's coming up now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll send this to you so you can read it, but I just want to because I've got about 10 more minutes. But so basically, this is the part. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there it's down at the bottom. So why a sales funnel versus a website? And you hit the nail on the head. Quite simply, a sales funnel is proven to be the most efficient and most effective way to convert even cold traffic into sales. So if you desire better targeted traffic, highly qualified leads, and faster, effortless sales, then a highly optimized funnel is the only way to go. So when it comes to a funnel versus a website, the funnel is undefeated. And here's why. So if you see here, and these are averages from testing, like this is not just while we put it up. So number one, if you point, you see at the top where the menus is, kind of like that, just like the site I just showed you. You give people too many with the website, and it's okay for like something like a marketplace or something like that because you want to make it easier for them to navigate it. But if you've got just this website, they're going to go on here. They're going to look at this. They're going to look over here. Maybe this article. They may check out this download. They may be down here. They're all over the place. You don't want that because you're wasting people, which is the most important eyeballs on your that are coming to your website. Over here, it's got a 2-to-1 ratio, and you notice it's the same thing. If this is article on life hacking, but over here you've got this big headline here, 3 bullet points, an image, and the only thing they can do is what download. Now this could be a button to buy. The copy would be different. So do you see? Does that make sense? I know sometimes when you see it in like actually see it, it kind of clicks. So that's the difference between a funnel and a website.
No, I definitely understand, and I definitely like that breakdown as well.
Yeah, so that's what we do. And then I'm gonna show you one other thing. Um, these now because sometimes also people get confused and think all funnels are the same and they're not. So I'm going to show you this real quickly. So these are all the different kind of funnels that my funnels team has built. So this lady, Kelly Fidel, and these aren't just like she's literally been featured on CNN, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Huffington Post, NBC, ABC, all these top. And so she came to us because literally I believe that I have the best funnel team that anybody can buy. Like, and so she's actually expanded her um, business, but she had a book, she had courses and all these things, and we built this funnel for her. This is what would be called like a book funnel. So let's say if you were selling a book, you know.
Is this am I paying for, if I was paid $1,000, right? Am I paying for y'all to market that, or am I paying y'all create the funnels and then I have to create the marketing side to?
Yeah. So when we build the funnel, yeah, great question. So we build you the funnel. So the second thing is it's like you've commissioned us, like let's say you say, hey, you have somebody's going to build a car. Then you got to put gas in the car, right? Because you got the car, but now you got to get down the street. And that's what we call traffic. So there's three ways to generate traffic online. And so we can actually manage your traffic for you, or the other way is to use social media, which we can teach you how to do. And it just all depends on how much free time you have, because the social media can be implemented within 1 to 2 hours a day. But if you're a busy person, or if you just would rather have somebody else manage that for you, we can actually manage your social media platforms. I think I mean, not think, but I know we've just already started to manage Joanne's. I don't know, Joanne, have you looked and seen how many? So there, and there's a process that we go through right now. We're seeding her social media accounts. I know we're working with her Instagram and YouTube, and I know yesterday when we looked, she had already increased over 100 followers on each platform. I don't
Well,
know what.
today I've even increased more. So I have like 700, and they're interacting, which is good. They're interacting with the videos that I have posted already. So
Yeah, so that's just in one, and so people are, and that's literally, Joanne. When did we launch that? Like a day or two ago?
one day, yeah, within 24 hours. And then on my Instagram, I have people interacting with my pictures and videos. And on Instagram, I went from like 1,200 to like 6,000.
Shut up! Really? I
Yeah,
didn't even know you're already.
I am. Yeah, I remember I told you like
My
I
God.
did exactly what you told me to do.
Oh
And
my gosh!
I it
Yeah,
like
yeah. Because at 10,000 is the like the sweet spot, and it's going to take off when we haven't even literally. So just so you know, gosh, I don't want to mess it.
Bejor.
Bezor,
Bejor,
Bezor, Bay, like Bay. Okay,
yeah.
so there's a three-step phase that we take. I love Joanne because I tell her she's a hustler. She reminds me of myself. Like there's this three-step phase that we take her through. And she's always, well, Lavelle, what's the next one? I say, oh, okay, well, wait, we're still on phase one, but literally we're on phase one. The thing is, by the time we get to 10,000, then we're able to start monetizing. But she like usually, I told her that usually takes about 3 weeks. So just so you know, and I'm sure you probably know, social media usually, like if you didn't use our blueprint, it can take, man, it
oh,
takes 3 to 4 months. She's getting results right now, and it can happen within, typically on average it happens within 3 to 4 weeks instead of 3 to 4 months, which builds up your following and you can monetize it. So that's one way to get traffic. The second way, if you
I'm
have,
losing you.
huh?
I
Hello?
was losing the connection.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So the second way is we've built up all these email lists in all these different niches. I would have to check and see if we have what size and how big of a list we have, like in your niche, like health or beauty. But we call that borrowed traffic. So, and it follows a method that we call BMO, borrow, model, own, where you can actually buy our lists of fresh. These are real people that are targeted, that are interested in beauty. And that's that's also an immediate return. Like you can start a package for like $200 to $300. But that 2 to 300 is going to turn around and make you at least double, depending on what you're selling. And so by the time in 30 days you've made, you've got enough money to re-up and then continue. So that's with, if we have a list that we, and I'd have to double check, but I can get back to you on that. But you're looking
And
at
hold
about.
on, let me interject because I know some other stuff too that he's not talking about. The biggest thing is it really depends upon how fast you move. I mean, how much money you make depends upon what your ticket item is because they do
Yeah,
all the work.
yeah,
They
because yeah, we do. She's right, 100%.
so if you have ticket items like you're selling software and the software, let's just say it might not be, but it's $1,000 or something, you know what I mean? Then you're going to make money way faster than if it's something that they're only paying $14 for. So
Exactly.
they know how to put the infrastructure. That's why I'm like so excited. I've been working with all different kinds of people for 3 years. And when I sat with him, I was like, this is it. This is it. Because I've studied all this myself.
Yeah.
And so I just know. And so again, I called you because I feel like nothing happens that is not meant to be. And so we get on the phone, we're talking about all this stuff or on StreamYard. And then I'm like, I meet him and everything starts clicking with everything. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to get this guy on because he is going to love it. And this is really what 411 is all about. It's about building out a community of unity where we really do feed into each other. Exactly what we're doing now.
I love it.
Yeah. So and then so this is, I was going to show you this, and so then the third way is like what you're probably familiar with is Google and Facebook ads, and so with Google and Facebook ads, we also can manage your ad spend. But we suggest you have to have you should start with a budget of about 1,000 to 1,500 bucks. And then for us to manage it, you're talking about another 5,000. I mean, not 5,000, 500. So you're about 200, 2,000 to get started. But along with the other options as well, the difference with the paid ads is the way the billing is. So you're not paying that, you're not having to come out of your pocket with that 1,500 up front. You've got like a 30-day float. Well, in that time, our funnel is making you money in sales. So by the time, the goal is in that by those 30 days is, let's say, even if you broke even, I'm just using that as a worst case scenario, you broke even on your ad spend. But all those leads that you have, now you've got an email database that you can literally push a button and mail to. And whether it's, you want them to, got a special deal or whatever whatever your offer is. And people don't understand that. That's literally how. So this guy right here, this guy, Adil Chowdhury. So we took him, and he was already making six figures. So he already had a list. So when we launched, I don't know, I think he spent, I know it was like $20,000 in ad spend the first month, but he made six figures. Now he's making 7, 8 figures a year online. This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, and this is the first guy that like literally took us and got us launched. I don't know if you've ever familiar with him. This guy's name is Frank Kern. So Frank Kern is like who the Bill Parcells of internet marketing. He's like the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna switch to this and share this tab. The people will say, okay, well, what kind of results have you got for people? So Frank Kern is the man when it comes to that. And I'm going to send you this, but I just want to show you something. But so this is my partner Rajiv. He actually won an award from the Media Buyers Association for generating the most profitable funnels online. Um, but here's Frank. That's the guy right there. And then what does he say? Rajiv has built more cool pages and templates for me than I can count. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Not, I mean, he emphasized highly, highly, highly. What's important to understand about him is Frank Kern's clients are Fortune 500 companies like Google and Microsoft. Even when we worked with him to build his funnel, he was charging them 6 figures for a 1 hour seminar. So we've worked with the best, and what that's given us is an unfair advantage because guess what? When we work with somebody like Frank Kern, we get to see under the hood. We get to know everything. He has to tell us in order for us to build his funnel out. So we take that, we don't steal it or like, oh, I'm going to go. But it's a framework that we can use to model to help our other clients get the same type of results. And that's what's made us successful. And that's why our clients come to us because they know we get results. And I'm on this call. I just found out that JC's social media is blowing up, and we haven't even implemented the full phase yet. So,
And I literally just did what he told me to do. Literally, like he said, do this, and I'm like, I'm on it. I do it exactly how he said to do it, 3 times a day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. And then randomly, because I don't sleep much, I won't let that whole 8 hours loop. I'll just go in there and do it again in the middle of the night, and it's working like insane. Like
yeah,
I don't know, I haven't checked it lately, but it was like at 6,000.
yeah. So, like the thing is, on a social media, the key is you got to be. We have a little I can't reveal our secrets, but I'll say this: we have a strategy that works, and we know it. But and you have matter of fact, let me see. Let me do this real quick, and just so you don't have to look. But I should have had this up because you might have heard of him, but I don't know. I'm gonna pull him up real quick. Give you a quick story.
You have another client because we're getting on again at 4.
What time is it right now? Yeah, no, I'm about to be done, and so that's why. But I'm gonna show him this real quick because I think you can benefit from while your app is being while we're raising the money for like with the grant money, we can also start to work on boosting your social media because one, with you being a football player, having connections, I'm sure there's a lot of connections, college, pro, whatever. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy right here, this is my nephew. His name is Deshae Frost, and you see he has he's up to almost 4 million 4 million subscribers. When Deshae Deshae launched his channel when he was I think he was about 15 or 16. He came to me and he's like, Uncle, I wanted people to know about my comedy and stuff because he used to practice in the. Speaking of like you were telling my son, like doing, you got to just really be hungry and be pursuing right. Deshae used to practice in the mirror his jokes, and he would call me. He'd call me. He'd be in the bathroom. He'd say, "Oh, come here." He'd say, "What do you think about this joke?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good, man." Encourage him. But anyway, so he was like, "I want to get more report." I said, "Well, we'll start a YouTube channel." So he did it. He was like 15, 16, and it started to blow up. But I didn't even know. I was busy business, so I didn't know. Then out of the blue, a couple years down the road, he called me, Unc, I need your help. I was like, what's going on? Nephew? He said, man, I need, I'm stuck at 500,000 followers, and I want to get to 1 million because if I get to 1 million, YouTube's gonna start paying me 6 figures a month. I was like, 6 figures? He said, yeah. And I'm like, okay. He said, yeah, I made, I said, well, where do you think? He said, well, some months I might make 10,000 and maybe 20. My biggest month was 40,000, but I'm not consistent. And I said, okay, we'll meet at the mall. So I said, I'm gonna be at the mall later. I'll meet. And so he he goes, all right. So I get there. Get to the mall to meet him, and man, there's helicopters and there's police and they're buckle. I can't even get to the mall. I'm like, what's going on? Like they're like, well, you can't. We shut down the mall. So I shut down. So I call my nephew. He's like, where you at? He's like, man, left. I mean, he said, man, I don't know what. He said, man, this is crazy, man. They're about to escort me. I said, what happened? He said, man, he said, all I did was I just posted and made a post that I was going to be at the mall at, if any, you guys want to come holler at me, just say hello, what's up, right? Man, he had over 10,000 of his fans is descend on the mall. It was on the news in Seattle, Washington. They had to shut it down they said the first time ever in history, this YouTuber shut down the mall. Well, he didn't do it. He didn't even do it. It wasn't even purposeful. But that's the power of social media and the platform. So we worked on a strategy, which is basically the foundation of it is what um, JC just explained. It's like you have to have consistency. Consistency equals trust. So that means you've got to be posting at least you should, just a recommendation. You should be posting at least 3 times a day across the platforms. But you're going to focus on one. You can focus on the one and just, repurpose on the others. Then you've got to know what your audience is, already interested in. So it doesn't do so. Like with him, he was hitting and missing on his videos. He wasn't paying attention to the ones that were going viral. He would just create another video based on something that he liked. He wasn't listening to his audience. So then I told him, no, let's go back and see all the videos that had the most plays. And those are the type of videos that you want to, produce. And so then he started doing it. So he went from being posting once or 2 or 3 times a week to posting every day. Then also posting videos that were similar in the same content that his audience wanted. And he blew up. And in 60 days from implementing that, he had his first he called and said, Uncle, I just got my first 6-figure check from YouTube. And he was only monetizing it. He still strictly monetizes his channel just from YouTube ads. So he's not even selling anything or nothing. People are just watching his videos, and he's getting paid by YouTube because they're placing ads on his channel. It's the easiest. I'm to be honest with you, I'm a little envious because I'm like, I wish I could be funny or whatever. But but it's crazy. But no, but actually now, and this is something that we're working on. It's crazy. And I'm going to share this with you. So there's something that we call and you probably even seen. Well, I'll tell you one because you might be familiar. I think it's called Hollywood But anyway, we call it a faceless Instagram channel, where you build a channel based on a niche, and you don't even promote. It's not even you, like you're whatever. Like I don't know. Like I said, there's several out there based on that. And then what's so easy now, and this will blow. Not like this literally blew me away because we're about to redo our video marketing coaching course. AI can take, because this was one of the things we used to teach, because I told the same thing I told Deshay, and it works for anything. So people are always trying to figure out, well, what content should I create? Or I don't have enough ideas.
AI.
It's literally simple. Yeah. But if it's gone viral before, then 9 times out of 10, it might go viral again. That doesn't mean you copy the same and post the same, but what you do is you maybe change the title with the same video, or change the video with a different title. You can actually model that viral video because all the algorithm is a computer program. So literally, you could just take, if video is going viral, you can take that framework, model it, and you've got the potential for your video to go viral. And if you just follow that pattern, but really, literally what today we just found out, you can actually give AI the viral videos and it will create one just like, not a duplicate, like just like it, but similar. Mm-hmm. And what the algorithm is looking at, it's not looking at the video, it's looking at like the title, the description, the tag, and it's going to think, oh, well, this video That video went viral, so a lot of people might like it. So now it's going to send traffic to your video that's on your faceless Instagram channel, and that's how they're monetizing it.
Yep. That's why they call it faceless. That's why they keep telling everybody, hey, set up a faceless YouTube channel. They've been saying it for like a year and a half now. And a
Yeah,
lot of people just didn't understand what they meant by it. And you can do it on all platforms.
yeah. So, but anyway, I know we've gone through a lot, and but we're gonna, we can set up another time. But anyway, so I think for you, it's going to be best to help you get started with the grant, and then from there we can talk about what kind of funnel that you want to build and develop, what would be best for you, and in the meantime, start to leverage your social media, because I'm sure you have a decent amount of followers right there right now, and that you could just do that. Okay, yeah, you gave me cool. So let me copy and paste that. And
And thank you, JC, for connecting us all. I appreciate that.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Believe me. That's what 411 is. We're here to do exactly this, right? We're here to bring in people together and to honestly and truthfully support unity, right? Because you have greatness, he has greatness, I have greatness, and when we all get together, greatness creates even more greatness.
And I say it like this. I have a saying that says community plus collaboration equals currency.
Absolutely.
And see, community plus collaboration. All we're doing right now, what we're doing, we're collaborating. We're a community, 2 or 3, right? We're together. But just imagine as we're building this huge network of entrepreneurs and community, and we collaborate. It's not people. One of the biggest mindset shifts that people have to understand. It's not about, and I'm not saying you got to tell everybody your idea. No, but you can discuss and maybe even throw out, like what we were talking about, ideas of things that we might think might be good, that we can be serving people, like to help to serve people. We get together, and between the 3 of us now, guess what's going to happen? Everything we need, including money, is going to be attracted to that, because the 3 of us combining together, all of everything that we attract naturally, it's gonna quadruple, triple, right? So now you may have a connection that I needed that to make that happen. And since we're all working together, you follow, you see what I'm saying?
No,
And then she may have another connection that she can bring to the table. And then we're all benefiting. But the biggest thing is we're serving, because really that's what I want to do. I want to make it so that, like the Little Leagues, and we can start with one state, where in Little League, what I was getting back to is like, just like what they've done in the NFL is like, so you might have like a neighborhood that's a poor neighborhood, right? So those kids, they might not even have money for equipment. They might have, you know what I'm saying? They got a fundraise, they can't, afford it. But then they're playing teams from the nice, wealthy neighborhood, and it's an unfair advantage. That's not even fair. They shouldn't, but all it would take is literally like somebody that had money say, look, I'm going to start this. Like, what is the NFL made of? Billionaire owners, right? So there's times when somebody can build a dynasty, but pretty much everybody has a chance. All the teams got equipment, all the teams, you know what I'm saying? They got all the equipment, they got all the resources. Everybody is equal when it comes to that. And I'm like, well, that's a model that works. Why hasn't anybody tried it at the Little League level, instead of having these teams that, they can't even afford, the right uniforms? And that affects a kid when he got to go out and play these kids that got, what I'm saying, the good uniforms, and they're rinky dink, whatever. And then on top of that, being able to provide year-round services, and that could even be, that doesn't even have to be a part of the organization, but we could connect with like tutoring services and things like that to make sure that they're getting the education that they need, because some of them are from broken homes. So when they go home, they don't, nobody's telling them to study. They're just going home. That can be services that we provide year round. You follow me? So that's where my idea
is like a YMCA for football.
Exactly. But
exactly. This is exactly what I was trying to tell you, that I really have that proposal I want to talk to you about. It's basically about the YMCA Boys and Girls Club for boys and girls, for sport athletes, but the mentors, the staff are collegiate athletes. And like more than anything, when you're young, you look up to collegiate athletes.
Yeah.
But right now, more than ever, like a lot of people don't really realize this, but transitioning from the athlete world into like the business world is not really a smooth transition. And they want to be around the game. People want to be around the game. That's all we really know from years and years. And like being a mentor right now isn't really classified as a job, but this is a real job that
it's real. I'm telling you, it is. I'm with you, man, and I'm so glad to meet you and that you're on the same wavelength. It's
a reason why we met. It's a reason why
we because I'm coming from a coaching standpoint and seeing, man, this, I wish, but I'm like, the crazy thing is there's enough football players, and maybe this is something. I mean, I got, I played
so many in Miami.
Yeah, and I've never, reached out to, so maybe we can come together and come up, and then I can go to my people. Your people. JC can go to her people, and we can get this off the ground. I'm telling you.
No, I'm with this. I'm 100% with this. Like, I have a whole system like laid out for like the kids, because like I was playing, like I understand what we should be doing, what we should be focused on. Like, I might have like the best like overall about how we're gonna get the money and everything, but like the what we need to be doing as like a youth
fundamentals, you have it.
But exactly. And when it comes to like I think of it as a 3-tier system, like the pre, the now, and the post. Is like pre is like meditation and yoga, like making sure you then like the now is like sport specific training, the training that you're going to, and then like your STEM programming, with that being with the now, because that's what's going on in the now. We need to be able to have those core principles. And then the post is like being able to have like post athletic that
realm. Like the so basically, are you saying like it's like entrepreneur and training, right? Where you're teaching them even at that age about saving money, investing, how to start a business. Because like my nephew's a prime example. He literally just, uncle, I want to. So he launched a YouTube channel, but it's been successful. It's big. He's never worked. He's only, I think he's just now 21 now. Yeah. And he's making 6 figures a month.
Yeah. And it really, really, really works as far as teaching the kids early, because
because making changing their family lives right now.
Yeah.
And my youngest son, I literally taught him all about investing, and we did Robert Kiyosaki's things. And at 9, he skipped 2 grades. The boy's set to graduate at 15. He codes 6 languages, and he plays football and sports. So it's and rugby and all of it. But when COVID hit, I really started focusing in on teaching him the difference between an asset and a liability. And no one would think you can teach that to kids in 4th grade, but
they can learn it. Yeah,
they can learn for sure.
And I'm now teaching my 3-year-old and 4-year-old, and with AI, I'm being able to teach them. And now they come to me and say, "Hey, Ma, I want to go work on my company." Because what I do is I'd show them. I'd say, "Hey, let's think of what you want," and then like. For them, they're young, so they wanted to go to Disney World. And I said, okay, so let's go and think about, have you ever thought about owning Disney World? And they're like, Ma. I'm like, no, seriously. So I took them to the computer, and I started texting what they were laying them, voice text to the computer, and let it build out their reality. And they see what they're saying because the AI is making what they're saying.
That's awesome.
And they love it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna email you the presentation that I kind of just skipped through real quick. But also let's plan on Joanne has all our numbers, so maybe she can
Yeah,
coordinate like early next week. So we'll have a call about that more. And then also, if you have any questions on the presentation, or it'll have my contact information and all that. So feel free to give me a call at any time, man. And yeah, man, I'm so excited. I'm excited to help you out in your business, and I'm excited for all of us, the three of us, to get together and make this dream a reality of working with these, young kids, man, and really helping them, because it hurt my heart. I mean, I've had players that literally what didn't even one. I remember one year, I they and both of these kids were in gangs, and so I was mentoring them, and I was like, "Hey, you're gonna play for my team next year. If you gotta do it, you gotta be serious." And so that summer, they were work. I was taking them to work out and everything, and they weren't even 18 yet, so I think they were like 17 years old, right? So I'm like, Ben, if you're gonna do it, I was wanting them to just get into sports to keep them off the streets. And so at the time, I had connection with a lot of the Seahawks, and I said, hey, I'm gonna take you to the guys' event. I'm gonna let you guys meet real pros that are playing now, this and that. And I'll never forget. I should have saved this picture, and I took a picture of them with both of them on the with oh gosh, the guy he played for. I think he even played for George. He played for the Seahawks. Matt Strong. Matt
mhm,
Strong. He played fullback,
yeah.
and on the left side is one of the kids, and on the right side is the other. Before they turned 18, the kid on the right was in jail facing murder charges, and they were in it. I looked at the picture because it was like, here's two kids. They have the same opportunity presented in front of them, but what happened? Because I was like, well, what did I do something? And when I went to visit him in jail, he told me, Mr. Frostman, I'm so sorry. He said it literally, at night he decided to go with one of his buddies, and he didn't even know where they were going, and he didn't even know what was going to happen. And his buddy, he gets in the car, and his buddy gives him a gun. He's like, man, just get my back. He's just get my back, and he's like, it's like he's in the car. It's too late. He's like, boom. He still feels like he's stuck, and I said, man, at that time you should have just jumped, man. He'd be like, hey, I'm gone. But anyway, he broke. And what happened is his buddy went to confront this dude. This dude got violent or whatever, and then he was with him. So it was basically self defense. He was trying, he was worried that, they were going to get killed. He said, but he's so nervous. He didn't mean, he shot. The gun went off, and he killed the dude. And that was in the basically, I don't know, he got like 20 something years or something, man. And it just broke my heart. And I was like, man, I don't ever want to see I don't want to see another kid just waste his life away, just out just getting in and stuff. And we were the next day, the reason why I knew, I didn't even know what happened, because the next day I was taking him to the Seahawks game, and he didn't show up. And so I was like, what? So the one kid the kid on the left, a year later, he started his own business, and he actually he said, Lavelle, I've been, gangbanger hustler. I'm not going to be able to go to college. He said, I told him, I said, that's okay, man. You can start your own business. It's college ain't for everybody. He started his own business, and man, he was making like $5,000 a month, and at 19, and just I mentored him I taught him how to register it, the licensing, everything, bank accounts. He didn't know nothing, because all he knew was cash money on the streets, and boom. But I think about the kid that didn't, that's sitting in a little whatever 5x5 cell, more than that's what bothers me, is that,
If you
man.
ever get a chance to write him and tell him to go in there and study law,
Oh
because
no, I did. I went and I
that the associates that I mentor,
oh
and
oh
that's
okay, yeah, I didn't.
how to get theirself out. They go and study because they're in there regardless. So
Yeah,
you go start studying law, and then you start appealing for yourself.
Yeah, I used to visit him, and I told him, hey, just take this time. Look, there's you ain't got nothing but time right now, but take it to better yourself. Read every day. I was giving him books to read, all that stuff. So hopefully, he's out now. I haven't had, I moved, so I haven't had a chance to touch, but hopefully he turned his life around.
Okay, well, let's get off of here for a little
Yes,
bit.
because
I gotta stand up before the next client comes on in 30 minutes. I've got to
is
stand.
that you? So do I need to be on that call
Nope,
too?
because she's coming in for the.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, yeah, I gotta go. All right, I'll be. Am I gonna come back into this room?
I'll send you another link because
Okay. All right. Hey, all right, man.
Great meeting y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Nancy, I hope you put us in a group chat or something so we can all
Oh,
talk.
I will. I'll put us
Yeah.
together and
And
have your son give me a call and have him.
Yep, I'm gonna send you all my contact information. I got your contact information, so I'll be in touch with you soon.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Okay, all right. Okay, wonderful. So thank you. I didn't know it was gonna go this long, but see how connections work. You know what I mean? I really, really, really believe in those because who would have ever known what we would have put together? You know what I mean? And now look at what we're gonna put together. And I have a really huge group in Miami, and my son is Samoan. He in black. He plays in Utah, and he's going into high school. So I'm bringing him up here. Uh, Lavelle's going to mentor my other son because he has not been able to play football. His dad kept him from it. And I just got him after 10 years. So we're fixing to put him, and he's 6'1", but he's really skinny. Like he weighs like 110. And he's 6'1", and he's like, but he's been following football, so he's obsessed with it. So we'll all definitely get together and have fun with all this.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great, and I appreciate you again for all of this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll have a blast. All right, thank you, dear.
All right.